Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to my live quilting chat, Tipsy Tuesday. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being with us, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Welcome to our new permanent time at 4 p.m. Central Time. We are live from the GE headquarters, so we are trying to be during the regular business hours. Everything is easier that way, so we appreciate it. We appreciate your comments that it's working better for you. I know it's not going to work for everybody, but of course everybody knows that you can watch the show after it's been shown live, both on YouTube and Facebook. You won't miss a thing. So, of course, if you're new around here, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Then you will never miss a show, and hit those notifications as well. You will then we will automatically pop up on your screen if you're ready. So then we, of course, appreciate all your thumbs up and hearts if you like what you see. And, of course, sharing our show is always appreciated as well. On tonight's show, or today's show, I have to kind of adjust to this is not nighttime anymore. I will be revealing the July Color Club inspiration and Color Club package, showing you some great pairings that could go with that. And then we are going to get to know another quilt in the upcoming Stripology Mixology 3 book. So buckle up, everybody. Of course, we want you to stay through the whole show because we have giveaways every single show. One is chosen randomly from all your comments, so you want to keep commenting throughout the show. And then we have a giveaway question at the end where we ask you a question you can answer in the comments, and whether you're watching live or later, that will definitely count. So our winner from last show is, I asked you this question, what is your favorite warm weather treat? And the winner is, it is Lori Treyfree. Congratulations, Lori. Your favorite treat was pink lemonade ice cream frozen pie. Super yummy, and the tart hits the spot on a hot day. Now that sounds interesting. I'm not a lemonade girl unless there's a little vodka in there. I've never, I didn't grow up drinking lemonade because we don't really have that in Iceland. So not really a thing that I've enjoyed, but that sounds kind of interesting. So I would be up for trying that. Mr. HP is not with us today. Miss Andrea is running the show. Say hi to Andrea. She's there. Mr. HP is in rehearsal. He's got a show. Did you wave at everybody? There you are, with a gorgeous quilt behind her. This is the Matrix quilt that we showed you a brand new kit that we showed you last week. And it's been flying out this weekend, so we don't have many left. But Mr. HP is in rehearsal. He's got a little gig this weekend at the Dakota Jazz Club in Minneapolis, playing with a saxophone player, I believe, from Chicago. So it'll be a nice jazz show if you are into that. I'll be there at least one of the nights. I think he's playing both Friday and Saturday. So it's always a fun time. Great place to go and listen to some great live music. All right, so let's check out what we got on the set. I have we have a new quilt right here on the wall. Oh, you see a little dark one in the back there? Yep, he's cuddled up and sleeping. That's Kobe. But this one on the wall is called Supersize Nina. It's one of my patterns, very simple, fast pattern. And I thought it would be perfect with this fabric that we have coming. It's on pre-order right now. It's called Chickadee is the name of the fabric. And look at this. Awesome quilting. So we used the marmalade pattern. It's one of my favorites from Urban Elements for this quilt. And I love that in that previous picture you saw a little hint of the background, of the backing. That's one of the main prints in the line, and we did not include it in. I didn't include it in the bundle, but we will be getting it in 3 yards and 1 yard. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous florals. This is, of course, by Create Joy Project for Moda. I believe this should be coming not it's not too long to wait now, I guess. Should be coming soon. It's beautiful. And this pattern is perfect for those larger florals. They really get to just shine without being cut up too much. So we have a little issue on the set. We're fixing it. That's okay. I can fix it. I can fix it. There we go. The quilt fell. So we fixed it. It's all good. Okay, so the other quilts on the set, in the corner is Tara. That's the quilt we'll be talking about. Later on, I'll be showing you a little more of that. And then we have Katrina. They're kind of sisters because they're made from the same fabric. So she's having trouble staying on the cabinet. But those two are on the set. Those two are both made with the Frisky bundle. Frisky, and we showed you that on Friday. It sold out instantly, but I secured me some more, so it is on pre-order. It's actually already on the way to us, more of that fabric, but I just put it back up on pre-order so you can secure your bundle right now. So I was just making sure that the quilt doesn't fall again. So of course our new book is going strong, still up for pre-order. I'm very excited. I get to see the proofs from the printer tomorrow. So then it's really scouring everything and making sure it all looks good, and then it's off to the races. Printer, let's print fast. So we're excited. You can of course still pre-order it both in ebook format and in printed format. So and of course, if you're going to participate in our quilt along, which we'll talk about later, you might want to secure yourself a copy. Now, during our live shows leading up to the release date of the book, the release date will be, of course, when we have it in hand, a physical copy. And that's the date when we will release both the printed versions and the ebook. So up until then, on every single show, I'm going to be introducing one of the quilts, getting to know each quilt a little bit better. But of course, the premise of the book, Stripology Mixology 3, this is the third one in the series, a trilogy now. And so it is designed to use all those popular size pre-cuts like 1.5 and 2.5 inch strips, and then 5 and 10 inch squares. However, of course, if you've been following me for a while, I prefer to cut my own with my Stripology ruler so I can get perfectly accurate cuts, and then I can also really curate my fabrics and my colors. So I talk a lot about how I used our Stash Builder bundles for this book, and I made 10 quilts out of 5 bundles. So 2 quilts out of each bundle. It really shows the versatility of the bundles, and you can of course mix and match, and I show you how to do that all in the book. Now, so this quilt that I'm going to show you today is actually the Tara, and she is made from the same bundle as Katrina, which I showed you on Friday. So Tara is hanging there in a corner, but let's see a better photo maybe. There they are together first, and you can see what I love about these 2 quilts is the Katrina quilt is very fun, vibrant colors, and then by just adding a background to the Tara fabrics and then an accent color, the fabrics really kind of change. They kind of are more subtle. There's more air in it, and so I just love how you can take one bundle and really make them look so different in 2 quilts. So what I did with the bundle, I cut into 10 inch squares for Katrina and then 5 inch squares to use for Tara. So Tara uses 5 inch squares. So here she is, and so I was able to do a twin size from just the 12-piece bundle, the 5 inch squares I cut from that. I used a background fabric. The light fabric is also from the Frisky line, and we had it available both in 3 yards and 1 yards. And of course, sold out, but we are getting more. More is coming, so hopefully by next week we'll have it back up on the website. And did you show the one in front? Yeah, there's the bundle. So there's the bundle if you're wondering what it looks like. Beautiful, vibrant colors. This is by Zen Chic for Moda. Let's check this photo out that we took of Tara in the wild. This was on our road trip driving down to Florida and stopped for gas somewhere in southern Georgia, and I saw this across the street, this abandoned antique mall, and it was just perfect. I had to take a photo of something. So I had a quilt. I loved it. So the quilting on Terra is, the pattern is called Geometry 2. And so it uses, it's just really cool because it's got just geometric shapes, circles, squares, and little lines. So it doesn't take anything away. Now I wanted to show you the border print that I used for Terra. I didn't use a print from the line just because I didn't have it. I was making it ahead of time. And I used just a navy, like small dot, which we don't have anymore, but I wanted to show you some options that I think would work really perfectly if you're looking for a border for that quilt, if you wanted to use frisky. So this Dimples in the Midnight Hour is pretty much the exact same tone of that border fabric that I used. Then if you wanted a little more lightness, the Spectrostatic Navy would be great. If you want a little more bluer tone, the watercolor texture in the navy, this was actually a part of our color club back in April, I believe. But then we also have the Spotted Frisky in the Moody color, which has a little more teal in it. It has the light blue in it as well. So you could always use this one. Now for the accent fabric, I actually just used a black spotted. It was a Spotted Celestial in the Onyx. That's what I used for the accent fabric in the pattern. So that was my choice. I don't have the background fabric to show you because we were out of it, but I just wanted to make sure you saw what I used. But I think it would be cool to show you a couple of other versions of Terra, and these are from my testers. So we have two quilts to show you. Terra, this first one is made by Ellen, and look just how much difference the fabric makes. It's really amazing how beautiful that is and how different it is from mine. So using those beautiful yellows and blues and greens, it's just really cool. Love that border as well. And then here's another version. This one is from Lynette, another tester. Smaller version. I think this is the crib size. And beautiful burgundy border and a little more creamier or more tan background. It just gives it a softer look, a lot more traditional looking. So you can put your own spin on Terra easily. It's a very easy quilt to make. Very easy, comes together very nicely. Even though the blocks are set on point and you have some triangles around the edge, they're all oversized so you can trim everything up, and so it's a breeze. It's a breeze to put together. So that is Terra. I hope you like Terra, and like I said, she's kind of a sister to Katrina because she of course used the same fabric. However, you know, the book is designed that way. Even though I use 10-inch squares for Katrina, you could totally use 10-inch squares for whatever else 10-inch square pattern and then still do Terra. So you can mix and match kind of what you do with it from bundles. All right, so if you have been traveling or living under a rock lately, you may not have heard about our full-day quilt-along that we have planned from the book. Kimberly Quilt-along will take place July 31st. And so the only requirement, we will be live both on our YouTube and our Facebook page. So 4 times throughout the day we'll go live. All you have to do is get the pattern. You can do it 2 ways, either by pre-ordering the book and you will get a PDF version of the pattern, or you can order the Kimberly pattern separately, and that's only a digital PDF as well. Now, you will only, when you purchase, you will only get the fabric requirements and the schedule for the day and some coloring pages. The full pattern will not be released until a day before the quilt-along, like I always do with my full-day quilt-alongs, because we really want this to be a day where we do it all together. And so I don't want to release it a month ahead, and then we have hundreds of Kimberly quilts already out there. And then my inbox is full of questions. So that's why we do it the way we do. So just know that if you place an order, They can still do that. So I wanted to take a minute and answer any questions you have about the Tara or the book or the quilt along. Do you see anything popping up, Andrea? You do? Okay, let's see. Oh, how do you sign the ebook? That would be a tough one. Unfortunately, I can't sign the ebook for you. I can send you a signature. I suppose I could possibly pop a signature onto a page. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that. Can we find out the needed yardage for the background border and accent fabric for Tara? No, we cannot release that right now, not until the book is released. So all I'm saying is we sell our fabrics in 1 yard and 3 yards. So usually if you think about a border it depends on the size of the quilt. So usually if you think about a border for a quilt, if you're doing a small one, a yard is enough, and you're anywhere between 1 and 2 yards for a bigger quilt. So I would say 2 yards would be safe for most sizes. As far as the background, we sell in 1s and 3s. Get a 3 yard and you're safe for most sizes, not maybe the big ones. So that's all I can tell you right now. Is a 12-yard, half-yard bundle enough fabric to make both Kimberly and Katrina, or is more fabric needed other than background fabric? So Kimberly and Katrina both use 10-inch squares, and they don't use any background fabric. So you would need 10-inch squares, and you can only, out of a 12-piece bundle, get 48 10-inch squares, which is enough for a lap size one of the quilts. The rest of the bundle, you only have about 8 inches left, and that unfortunately is, you cannot do those 2 quilts, but you can do any quilt with 10-inch squares, and then another one that uses either 5-inch or 2.5-inch strips or 1.5-inch strips, if you know what I'm saying. So those 2 would not be able to do from the same bundle, but if you purchase a bundle, you do one of them, you can do another quilt that uses any of these other pre-cuts from the rest. All right. I saw another question also regarding, it was something about 12-piece bundles. I think that was on, Carmen was asking on YouTube about does it take a 12-piece bundle to get 2 quilts? Most of the ones I did, I used a 12-piece bundle. So that was worked out for the quilts that I paired up for the book. But again, then we're talking about lap size quilts. So if you're talking about making a bigger quilt, you might need 2 bundles, but then you can make 2 big quilts. So that's and if you have bigger bundles or smaller bundles, you have to just think about it that way. You get 4 10-inch squares out of a half yard, and approximately 3 2.5-inch strips. So it's all about that math. All about that math. All right, any more questions? Okay. If you pre-order the book from another place, do you still have to purchase a pattern for the quilt along? Yes, unfortunately you do, because we don't know, actually we don't know who's pre-selling the book. If they didn't purchase them from me, I don't really know where they're getting it from. So unfortunately, we only have the file, so then we'll be able to pass that on to you. So I would just suggest you can purchase the Kimberly pattern for $10, which is not a lot if you think about it. You're getting a whole class and the 2 extra versions that are not in the book. Remember, we have not just the regular Kimberly, we have the 2.0 and the 3.0 options that will be included in the digital part of the pattern. All right. Any more questions? Should we cut our fabric for the quilt along? You can cut them into 10-inch squares. And so that's all I have said, because that's what the fabric requirements will say. So if you pre-wash your fabric, go ahead and do that and cut your 10-inch squares. If you just press them, or if you like to starch, you want to do that before you cut your 10-inch squares. So you can go ahead and do that, but don't go any further than that. All right. Okay, so if we don't have any more questions on the quilt along, it is okay. Do you think that the Silent Sports Bundle lends itself best for Kimberly number 1 over number 3? You know what? That's hard for me to imagine. I think either one would work. And what I said before, previous shows, we start off making the regular Kimberly blocks, and then you can decide if you want to do 2.0 or 3.0 from there. You don't have to decide now before you sew anything. So you can make the Kimberly blocks, and if you're happy with them as they are, you can stay there. If you want something a little extra, I will show you ways how you can kind of, you know, visualize how that would turn out by folding your blocks, and then you can kind of decide, do I want to do that, or do I want to just stick with the regular? So there will be a way to see the difference and make a decision once you have your Kimberly blocks done. All right? That's the kind of the cool part. So you just kind of keep going. Okay. Great concept. There's one more. Oh, how many more blocks we have for Christmas in Europe? Is this the last month? No, 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 no. We just did block number 10. Remember, this is a 14-part block of the month. So we are, on Friday morning, will be block number 11. And then we have 12, 13, and then 14. So October is our month when you finally get to see it all finished. All finished. It's coming up. I mean, we're a year into this almost. Almost. Okay. I don't think I see any more questions. Great questions, everybody. We needed those. Love those. All right, so the next up is Color Club reveal. We have our July pack. So if you haven't received your pack and still want to be surprised, just step away from your device right now, because I am going to reveal the color, and then I'm going to show you some pairings in our bundles. Now, I want to mention before I start, we opened up for more spots for subscription. So snatch those up. They have historically disappeared very fast, but we have opened it up for quite a few spots now for subscription. And of course, when you subscribe, you get a package every month with 5 half yards, all in the same color family, based on the inspiration I pick for each month. All basic, so they're intended to use, mix in with other stuff, just to be a part of your palette, pretty much, part of your collection, your stash, so you can have that available to you whenever the inspiration strikes, or if you need a little bit of something, 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 you have all these hues available to you. Now, you can cancel at any time, and you just place an order, and so the monthly fee is $27.95 right now, and so then there will just be the shipping fee on top of that, and that, of course, is based off of where you are. We are always exploring more economic options for our international customers, so just know that even though the price that comes up that you pay, we may adjust it if we can get a better rate. So just know that. All right, are we ready? Are we ready for this? So I got my package. This is what you receive in the mail. So we're going to go to the overhead camera and see what is in here. I have it opened. So what did I choose for the month of July? This is one of my favorite places. You all know I'm an outdoorsy girl. And here it is. The inspiration is Red Rock. So you want to put that big picture of Red Rock on the screen so we can really soak it in. This photo says it all. So see all of those gorgeous, gorgeous colors, deep reds, more golden reds, and everything in between. And this has been my first time ever to see the Red Rocks was when I was teaching in Colorado, and I got to go. I went to the Garden of the Gods, and then I went to see the Red Rock amphitheater. Oh, it's just beautiful. And then since then, I've seen him in other places. I just love it. Of course, being from Iceland with mountains, I kind of miss mountains here in Minnesota. So anywhere I can see mountains is beautiful, and that with the uniqueness of that. So let's check out the fabrics that I chose to represent Red Rock. So there's 5 half yards in here. So let's check them out. Open it up. Oh, this is no joke. Oh, there it is. Okay, so 5 pieces. And like I said, I always try to have a hue difference. So we have our little card. I talk about the color and everything, and then we do our pairings. So the first one that was at the top is an Andover print. It's called Dóttir, which I thought was very interesting because if you know my last name, it ends with Dóttir, and it means daughter in Icelandic and many other languages. But so most women in Iceland, their last names end with daughter or Dóttir. And so you might have heard about all of the amazing CrossFit girls. They called themselves the daughters. And the soccer players and just all the amazing women in Iceland. Okay, so here we have the next one. So this is a really nice brownish, reddish hue. This one has a little bit more of the red, but I love the subtle floral in here. This is a Floral Elements, one of my favorites from Art Gallery. And so it has the darks and the lights, and then this really subtle, a little bit more pinkish hue. Now, I would never call this orange. This color in general, I would call it, some are going to be more towards orange, some are going to be more towards brown. And so you can call it terracotta, you can call it sienna, many, many names over it. But we're just going to call these red rocks because these are the colors of the red rocks. All right, the third one is a Maywood fabric called Shadow Play. So just a subtle texture. So I like to mix textures, I like to mix scales. So this one is just a subtle texture and it has kind of the lighter hues in it. Then we have a very southwestern print, another Art Gallery. So you're gonna feel the beauty of these fabrics it's just gorgeous. So this is a print, actually was from a line, it's called Amulet Earthenware. And so you have kind of very southwestern pattern to it, which I thought was perfect. The peaks kind of represent the peaks of the red rocks. So it just made total sense to me, and I just love this print too. So then the lightest one is a dry brush from Wilmington Prints, and the color is called Persimmon. But of course, it goes really well with everything. It's just a little bit rougher texture than the Shadow Play, and so this is really the texture of the actual rock if you see it up close. So that's what I thought was really, really cool. So here it is, 5 pieces of red rock. Now, so if you know anything about the red rocks, the jagged formations, the dramatic canyons and buttes, they are layered in all these colors, but they have developed over decades and centuries, many years. As the sea levels rose, mud would be washed in and out, and when it receded, the wind kind of brought in the sand, and it kind of created all these amazing layers, and the iron in the sediment left behind, that was what colored the rock red. So we do have some red rock in Iceland, nothing like the cliffs we see in Colorado and the southwest of the US, but it's all volcanic rock. So it's different, it's created different, but we do have these hues in Iceland as well. All right, so let's check out. I do have all of these available, of course, in 1 yards. And I thought I had them here, but I don't. So all of these are available in 1 yard. So if you didn't catch or not a subscriber, you can get them all in 1 yard for a limited time. But however, I wanted to say this. If you do subscribe now to Color Club, you will receive this bundle. So if you order your subscription now, we will send you a pack this month. And then you will also get a pack next month. So we always run the subscription through on the 5th of each month. So that'll be around the 5th of August when the next one will run through. So if you order before the 5th or join before the 5th of August, you will get the red rocks. So what to do with the red rock? What to do? Well, lots of things. I love this color, and it's very kind of in right now. In other fabrics and lines. So I went, of course, through the warehouse and pulled bundles where these could be easily incorporated. Maybe you have some of these bundles at home, or we'll just get inspired. So let's check out some of these amazing bundles. So we'll start with Painted Soul. Painted Soul, it has only 10 pieces, but it has, of course, this hue in there everywhere, so it would be great to add a little more of that as basic. It has beautiful teals, a little bit of green, gorgeous, gorgeous fabric line, and really works perfectly with this pole here. Then we have Hedgerow. This, I showed you this when I was showing you some of my options for that I was going to do the Kimberly quilt along, and I'm actually going to use this. So I pulled in more of this rust color. So I pulled in a few of these, and then I pulled in some golds as well. But this will be beautiful, and just it's this blue tone with these rusty reds are gorgeous. Then we have another, this is Dear Stella bundle called Mushroom City. Has a lot of mushrooms and earthy things, beautiful sage green. It does not have any of these colors as a print, but it's everywhere in the fabrics. So these would be great additions, would work great as an accent color. And speaking of as an accent color, here's Botanical Journal, has those hues throughout all the prints, so this would act as a perfect accent color for Botanical Journal. And so would for the Deep Blue Sea bundle. It has a little bit of this in here, but it would work perfectly as an accent or to incorporate in here. Would be awesome for this print. Toil and Trouble. Also, there's no print this color in here, but you can see all the colors throughout. This is a Halloween print, a Halloween bundle that is on sale. So it's in our clearance section, so check that out in our sale bundles. Another beautiful Dear Stella Wild Winter. So winter theme, but it has that foxy red, which is this tone in throughout the print, so that would work perfectly. Then one more here that would work great as an accent is the Patio Bundle. Any plant lover, indoor plant lover will love this bundle. So it has all these pinks, and it ends in this kind of terracotta color that you can see, you know, in the classic flower pots. So you can add a lot more in there and balance it out because there's really only one print in here. I really love this fabric. I've made some things with it. So here's a brand new one, Log Tavern Road. I just showed you this last week. It does not have this as actual print anywhere, but it's throughout the warmer prints in the line. So it would be great to add something that's a little more subtle. These all have a lot of pattern. So someplace to rest your eye, this would be great as an accent or just to mix in. Another one, another Southwest one, the Sun Valley has a lot of these tones in it, so you could easily add these in and they would just feel right at home in this one. Of course, a very classic Southwestern colorway of teals and greens, and then the rusty reds and golds. Then we have another kind of a Southwestern, Home on the Range, has that beautiful color in there, so adding more tones to it would work perfectly. Here's another one from our sales section, Rise. It does have one print with this color in it, but it's throughout in the other prints, so adding a little bit more to it would be perfect to balance it out more. We have a Wild West, another Western theme. This one is very cute. It has some cactus and stuff like that, so it has a couple of prints with that color. So adding these would just all fit in there perfectly to add to it and make a bigger quilt. And then one more I got for you, Express Tracks. Any train lovers, this is a train, like a small 6-piece train bundle, but it has those colors in there. So if you wanted to make a train quilt, these would be perfect accents to throw in with the Express Tracks bundle. So that's how much fun I had in the warehouse today, pulling all these fun bundles. And I could have kept going. Believe me, I could have kept going. But these are, and just shows you, I just always want to show you how versatile the Color Club prints are, and how how my inspiration was to use them, so that if they're in your inventory, you happen to fall in love with a bundle or a fabric line and you need just a little more of something or a little accent of something, and you can just pull it out of your stash. Yes, question? Will this pull be on the web? So there's a Color Club there's a Color Club blog. So that lists all the color clubs from the start. And it shows you what fabrics were in that particular color club. One thing we haven't done is add these. Oh, I think we did that. Have we been doing that? I don't remember. So we will add it to today's fabric pull blog post. So we have the fabric pulls from the bundles I'll be showing you later, but I will make sure to put links to all of these bundles on it to go with the color club. All right, are there different bundles in the warehouse versus the website? No, same thing, same thing. It's just fun for me to walk through instead of scrolling online. Then I can actually compare actual fabrics to fabrics. You know how that's sometimes different. Now, of course, Mr. HP couldn't be with us today, but he didn't know we were doing the color club, showing you the color club today. And check out what he was wearing today walking into work. I thought that was pretty funny. So he was wearing red rocks and with mountains on the front of his T-shirt. So how perfect! There was some divine powers going on there. I don't know. I love it. All right. So any more questions on Color Club? Are you excited? I hope you loved your pack. I heard a lot from people that fabrics that I would have never bought myself, but love to have them in my stash. So I would love to hear some of your comments on that.
There are a couple of questions about the quilts behind.
Okay, we'll just pop them up real quick before we show you the new stuff. Let's see. That's okay. We'll pull them up. What's the difference in block size between the Nina and supersized Nina? Oh, a lot. So the supersized quilts, we have supersized Steamy and supersized Nina. They are really made to use fat quarters like to the fullest. So I make the blocks as big as possible. These blocks are, I'm not sure, I think they're like 12 by 18 or something. They are big, and they're more than double most times, more than double. So yeah, I just write it so that I can utilize the fat quarter to the fullest. Like we don't want much waste. So that's how I think, and that's how I develop those big block quilts or supersized quilts. There may be some more coming because they are really fun and fast and easy to do. Second question, what bundle did Ellen use for the Terra? You know what, I'm not sure. We've had a similar one for this, but I don't think it's that. I think it looked like cottage blue for a minute, but it's not that. So I think this is something that she got somewhere else. But it was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so let's check out some of our brand new bundles. I have two new to show you. They were both on pre-order, so you may have seen them before. If you ordered the pre-orders, they are already on the way. So this first one is a perfect, great kind of a basic, because it can be used in so many things. Of course, you can use them in one quilt. Very colorful. It's by a favorite designer, Juicy Juice. So more modern prints, very geometric. And so it's called Deco Glow. And so they are very bright fabrics, so they look like they glow. Deco Glow. We'll start, and so I just kind of did a rainbow. So if you have always wanted to do a rainbow quilt or something, these would be really awesome for that. So we have 12 pieces. It's a 12-piece bundle. And going kind of from the pinks into the purples. And you can see it's all very geometric shapes in the prints. Into the little more blue. Some are more linear, some are rounded. So I love the variety in the prints. I love the variety in the colors. So I tried to really choose hues that would go well together, but not be repeating themselves much. Into the little bit of green. Love this, just really unique, bright colors. without really being too screaming. Lime green, and then we have a little chartreuse into a yellow, a beautiful butter yellow, and then we have kind of a golden orange here. Make some more room, and then the last piece is more of an orange, but it's almost coral though. Like, really love this color. It has orange, but it's very coral color. So this is the rainbow. Isn't this beautiful rainbow? It's gorgeous. So the fabric pull, what I did, I just kind of went with the colors. I didn't do too much, but things that would work perfectly with it. We'll start with over here with the grunge raspberry for the pinkish hues. For the more purple, I chose chalk and charcoal in the grape because it has the lighter tones and the darker. For the blues, did the same thing. I did the darker blue, dot, dark blue, and then the light one, the moonscape in the capri. For the greens, the floor elements in the kiwi goes right between the chartreuse and the lime green, so it's a perfect addition. I chose 2 for the gold. The moonscape marigold has the lighter hues for the yellow and the darker ones for this kind of golden orange. And then we have the surface in the orange kind of going into that darker coral. And then I really focused on what would you pair with this? What would you do for backgrounds, accents to really make these stand out? Of course, you could go black and white is always classic, so I just threw in some blacks. So grunge black dress would obviously make this stand out really nicely. Spectrostatic gunmetal, not quite black, but very charcoal gray, or the sugar in the black has a little bit of white in it, so that would work really well. If you wanted to go white, you could choose to do full-on white background with a dots white. I would love to throw in a little texture using, for example, Century Black on white dot clusters. Or if you wanted a little more action, diamond dots in the white and black. And if you were going to do white and black, of course, we do have a variety of stripes in black and white, different scales. This is the Paradox, our smaller one, diagonal stripe. That would be just awesome. Now, I'm going to give you a little inside hint that was not planned out because I just chose it today. I'm working on a quilt from this. Yes, well, I'm planning it. I started cutting. So here's my background that I'm going to use. And that is from the Glyphs fabric line. And we have this print. This is, I believe it's the Alice print. And so I love any typography. I love how unique this is. And it stands out really nicely from all of the colors. So we have this both in 3 yards and 1 yard. I always grabbed a 3 because it's going to be a bigger quilt. And so you can just see how, here's some of my pieces cut out. See how great this is going to be with this? Can't wait. So that was a little sidetrack inside information. So this is Deco Glow. 12-piece bundle available now. All right, so then we have another very popular designer with a new line that we've had on pre-order. This is a Ruby Star bundle called Elixir. Yes, and so this one is only a 10-piece. And so just want to swap this around. 10-piece Elixir, and of course, I had to have it because it's drinks. People, it's drinks. And they're beautiful. They got flowers in them, and oh, I just almost died when I saw this. I had to have it. So this is one of the main prints. I love this color, this greenish, I don't know, almost teal, but I don't really know what to cut it. It's kind of sagey, tealy green. Beautiful. And of course the pink drinks. I mean, who doesn't love pink drinks? I know I do. There's a little bit of metallic rose gold in the line. So here's one of those prints. Beautiful, beautiful. This is by Melody Miller, by the way. Then we have a floral on this almost charcoal, but it has a very green hue to it. So very unique. Just love this. And then here's one of my favorite prints with the rose gold print on the charcoal. It's all these beautiful glassware and carafes and just, can I buy some of these? Just the glasses, actually. I love it. Somebody tell me where I can get those. And then we have a stripe, a wiggly stripe. I mean, you guys know I love a diagonal stripe. If it can be wiggly too, oh, the best, absolute best. So it does have that rose gold in there. Love that. A little bit darker hue here with the black, almost black color in that tone on tone. And then we have the drinks again in the pink. Yes, we have to have it in the pink. And then we have a print here with a little bit of that coral color in there that you see in some of the garnishes and in the florals. And then I chose to add one of their basics in here from the Spark, which is Melody's basic, and just that pink color with gold sparks. So this is Elixir. Love, love, love it. I'm already planning, everybody. I'm already planning. I'm going to make a quilt out of the new book, so I'll show you once I get cutting on this. But here's my fabric pull with it. So with that hue here, I chose to kind of go from dark to light. The first one was the Spectrostatic and the Deep Sea with the deeper hues of that green, the medium, the Thatched, and the Brook. And then the lightest one for the lightest tones would be the Dash Flow in the Mist. For the pinks, I actually found a stripe that is the perfect color, the Love Note stripe in the Tea Rose. A print Dash Flow Peach is also a perfect match here. And then for a little bit lighter tone, the Moonscape in the Coral just brings it on different hue, and it works really well. And then if you want it a little bit lighter, for the lightest drinks here, there's that Deco Stitch in the pink powder. You could go even lighter. I wanted to tell you that this floral, we do have that one. It's called Smoke is the color. So it's Elixir Smoke Floral. We do have that in 1 yards. So you would be able to get that if you wanted a border or something like that. Backgrounds and matching these colors here, I pulled out one of the Ruby Star Basics, the speckled and the black, because it has the rose gold in it. So you could use that as a background, or you can just add that in if you want a little more contrast in the blacks. But for a background, I would definitely go light, because you want to make those pinks shine. So I would do either Grunge Eggshell or the Spectrostatic, and the dust has a little flex to it, but nothing too crazy. So this is Elixir by Ruby Star, Melody Miller, 10-piece bundle. Beautiful, beautiful, unique, and cheers to that. Let's drink to that. Love it. All right, so that's our 2 new bundles for today. We will have more for you on Friday, but I hope you've been good about commenting, because we'll have a live winner here soon. But before that, I just wanted to remind you, we are in full swing planning for a tent sale, getting fabric ready. So our tent sale on location in Chaska here is going to be August 27th, 10 to 2. We'll have lots of fun. You can shop in the tent outside or indoors if you wanted to buy some of our current stuff. There'll be food trucks and a little quilt show, or a little demo from me. We'll release the schedule. Other things, cool things, you don't want to miss it. So make sure you put it on your calendar and show up if you're in the vicinity. We love it. We love it. More to come soon. And we have a little reservation on our website. We just asked to add your reservation, and it's just $0. It's just so that we have an idea of how many are going to come. So just put the number that are going to be in your party if you're planning on coming so that we can plan ahead so the food trucks don't run out of food, right? We want to make sure that there's enough for everybody and we'll have accommodations for everybody. All right, parking and such. Yeah. So check that out. Then let's see if we have a winner. Andrea, do you have a winner for us? Yes. Who's our winner for being good about commenting throughout the show? Let's see. Melanie Moody. Congratulations, Melanie. $25 gift card will be yours. Just all you have to do is send an email to help@gequiltdesigns.com. That goes also for you, Lori, that we announced. Send an email to help@gequiltdesigns to claim your gift card. We will get it to you electronically, automatically. So right away tomorrow. So get that email to us. Now, I have another giveaway, of course, our giveaway question, which we will announce the winner next week on our Tipsy Tuesday show next week. And all you have to do is answer this question in the comments, and it is, have you used the red rock colors in a quilt? And I am stoked to say I have many times. I love this color. Love this color. And we just did. There's a quilt that I showed you when we were showing you all the quilts in the book, and I showed you the Zoe quilt. It's out of a fabric line called Slow Stroll, and it has that color in there. So that's my most recent one that we did, but I've used it many times. So I would love to hear if you have, and if you would like to, and then you get a chance to win a $25 gift card announced next Tuesday's winner. All right, so all we got left, if we don't have any more questions, is talk about our next shows. And that is a week from today, of course, is our next Tipsy Tuesday. New time, permanent new time, 4 p.m. That is July 19th. And then we have our Friday show this coming Friday, also new permanent time at noon Central Time. So that is 12 p.m. Central Time on Friday. Yes, I know it might be a bit early to have a cocktail, but you know what? It's 5 o'clock in Iceland. That's what I always say. So it's all good. We don't need permission. But that's all for us today. Thank you to Andrea and our guests here on the set. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you on Friday. Bye, everybody.